thank you. And may your normal behavior become the way of life, depend on our values at the time, and be an evolving one. What is so normal is that you evolve into a normal way of being a human being. Thank you. Hello and good evening on this beautiful Sunday evening. I feel absolutely normal. Well, everyone is looking for normal. What is normal? What is normal this time last year isn't the same in March, the first Sunday of March. It's not the same normal. When we go out in the public, we need to be cautious. Can we go out? Are we allowed to go out? And when we go out, we need to wear a mask. Going into a supermarket, getting on a bus, getting on a train. That is very normal. What is normal is not something in the textbook or in a scripture or what was written down during ancient times. What's normal is that you, as a human being who's evolved to understand the current circumstances may change, depend on our values, depend on our environment, depend on our conditions surrounding our existence and our survival. What is the current norm? What is the current normality across the entire planet during this pandemic? That we all must take an individual responsibility. Suddenly, everyone from religious leaders to political leaders to the scientists to parents to every single person today see an individual responsibility is the highest normal behavior. Or in other words, the most conscious and most responsible behavior is the current norm, which is the current normality. You can't go out and party. You can't go to a football team that you support for all your life and many generations of your family has done so, and get out there and celebrate. If you do so, that is not normal in anyone's eyes, particularly in the eyes of the media. What is so normal is that you become a responsible, conscious human being. Now that is normal. And has always been normal. Because as a human being, you're the only one who can be conducting any way, whichever the way, however the way you wish to conduct yourself. You're the only one who can move away, take a step back, and see how to conduct your life. Compulsively, reflectively, or responsibly in a conscious manner. So why am I saying all of this? Because many wanted to go back to normal. That means go and do the same old wrong, same old mistake once all over again. Which means, as we are just seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, we think by seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, before we get out of the tunnel, we seems to try to raise the last furlong, the last 100 yards, the last 50 meters. We're trying to do a sprint. Don't forget, there are steeplechase There are hurdles, there are barriers, there are objects along the way, because you clearly haven't seen the total amount of light at the last bit of the tunnel. Because when you see the light, you need to be sure where you're treading, where you're heading, following that light at the end of the tunnel. To do so, you need to be fully alert, fully aware. A clarity needs to descend through the darkness to see the light at the end of the tunnel, which means seeing normal by seeing a light at the end of the tunnel is not quite the normal. We've still got far to go. Why am I saying all of this? It's just so that we understand what is normal to you in your eyes may not be normal in the way the life pans out, the life turns out. What you thought was normal is no longer normal. What is it all about being normal? Have you seen anyone wearing a mask in year 2020 at the beginning of last year? It's only become normal today, and more so normal that we all became responsible individually to show sensitivity to life. By showing sensitivity to life and respect to the life of the others, and by trying to get back to normal, we all start doing our bit of work, our bit of responsible action in wearing a mask, in keeping a distance, keeping our hands washed, clean, hygienically aware, keeping our hands off, not touching our face, mouth, nose, being aware of life has become the norm. Giving attention to our hygiene and our conscious reminding of keeping our hands off our face has become the norm, which in turn gave us an opportunity to be able to see somewhat normality on the horizon. Remember, once you reach the horizon, you haven't reached the destination. You will see the horizon moved ahead. So knowing that your normality of your circumstances may continue to change, what is normal is that we all live a healthy, well, and safe, and more importantly, a responsible life. I thank you, and may your normal behavior become the way of life, depend on our values at the time, and be an evolving one. What is so normal is that you evolve into a normal way of being a human being. Thank you.